What up, YouTube? I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks, and today I'm bringing back an interview. We're going to be interviewing my aunt. Yep, and she is younger than me. So this should be interesting, right? So what we're talking about today is problems with dating in your early 20s. You know, young people stuff, right? I'm not that much older than her, but I am older than her. And the game has changed since me and her were the same age. So, before we get into it, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get 125 subs by September. Help me out with that goal, some size on some prize. Alright, so we're gonna jump right into this. What up, YouTube? I'm Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks. We back doing another interview. Today I got a very special guest. This is my aunt, yes. Hey, we gonna talk about dating for a young woman in this modern era, because she's a little bit younger than me, and you know, dating for these late teens, early 20s young kids is different than, you know, when I was a late teen and a young 20. So first, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey y'all, I'm Nay Knight. I'm Dom's aunt, like he said, but he's older than me. Don't ask us too many questions. Yes, I'm 23 years old. I'm a recent college graduate, and I'll be heading to law school soon. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
That's what's up, you know, doing big things. All right, so we're gonna get right into this. All right, how would you describe dating at your age as a young woman?
Disastrous, because dating nowadays, like I said, I'm 23, so like I'm still considered young to everyone, even though I feel like I'm 23. I'm at the age where I feel like after 21 you're mature, you're an actual like grown adult and stuff like that. But to society, I'm really young, and some people at this age, they're like, oh, I'm young, so I'm still gonna dibble and dabble. And some people like, I'm 23, I'm young, but it's time for me to start settling down and establishing what I want to do in life. So with that being said, these young men, you never know their intentions. You never know if their intentions are pure or not. And in my experiences, it has been a lot of games being played. So it's pretty disastrous. You just never know what you're going to get. Like, I'll definitely say, diverse. Like, some guys are serious, down to earth, and then some of them are just F boys. You just never know what flavor you're gonna get. I'm just gonna call them flavors.
All right, so it's safe to say you find it difficult dating then?
Yes, it's very difficult.
All right, so you did say some stuff there in that answer. What would you say is the most difficult problem you come across dating this day and age?
The most difficult problem I would definitely say is maturity. Finding someone as mature as you, and finding someone that has the same goals as you. So yeah, like I said, I'm on my way to law school, so I tend to be a bit more busier these days. So when I talk to guys, they're like, you're always busy, we never have time to do X, Y, and Z. Whereas I look at it as I'm better in my life, and you should be happy about that, because why wouldn't you want an ambitious young woman who's about her bag? But some of them just don't want that. Like I said, they want to play games. So yeah.
All right. So, do you think at least the men you typically run into, you think they're more interested in relationships, or you think they just trying to hook up?
I think they're interested in sexual interactions most times. Yeah, I'm just being honest.
No, that's cool. All right, so you did. I'm gonna ask you a question. This wasn't on my list, but I'm gonna dive into this. So you said you're a young, independent woman, all right, and you got your goals and you're on your purpose. Mm-hmm. Do you think that could possibly hinder your future with dating because you're so busy right now?
Yes. I
Dive
think
into that a little bit.
It does, because my life is literally like a planner right now. So like my day is pretty planned out. Every hour I know what I'm doing. And literally, if I'm dating, I would literally, hate to say it this way, but have to put that guy into my planner to make time for him. I'm not talking about like, oh, sending a text message or a quick call, because people make time for what they want to make time for. But like, if you want to actually come over, watch a movie, or go on a date or something, I will actually have to put you on my planner and work that out.
Okay.
So that, point, I would just say, if two individuals are serious about each other, they will make it happen. Like, that won't be a big deal, in my opinion.
Okay. I agree with that. I agree. You make time for what you want, you make time to do the things you want to do. All right, so let me ask you this. You're 23, and this day and age, like we were talking about earlier, dating is different than when I was young, I know people who do this that are around my age, but do you use dating apps? And if you do, which ones do you use?
Okay, I don't use dating apps, but I will say social media plays a large role in dating nowadays. Like, say if I post a picture, not even to boast or anything, but I'll post a picture, and like, say if like it's a little bit revealing or something like that, like a lot of guys will come into my DM and like try to talk to me. Whereas if I post a picture of me at my Sunday's best or leaving a business meeting, like I'll still get a few like heart eye emojis, but never any words. So I would definitely say that social media plays a huge role in dating nowadays. And I feel like that's why dating nowadays is messed up, because of social media, because every rapper is talking about forget this girl, forget that girl. And then, so I just feel like, honestly, the roles, like, to go off topic a little bit, I feel like the roles have reversed. Like, back then it was like, I'm being stereotypical right now, guys. So like, guys used to be the F-boys, but now women, are like tired. So they're like, he gonna do what he wants, so I'm gonna do what I want. So, women do what they want now. And like, guys aren't okay with that anymore, because they're just like, dang, we not ahead of them anymore. And I feel like that's a big issue too, because the guy feels like the woman gonna do what he wants, and the woman feels like the guy's gonna do what he wants. Whereas, why can't we just communicate and just actually be serious? So society and social media definitely has messed up relationships now, I would say, because like, guys don't really even court women nowadays anymore. They want to talk, hey, they want us to go this way, literally. DM, hey, let's link up. Let's do something. Let's go on a date, maybe one time. Let's have sex. Let's be together. That's the basis of our relationship. And that's not okay for me.
It's funny because I made a whole video and I was asking the question, has social media ruined relationships? And I broke down a bunch of information. I'll link that video down below for any of y'all want to see it. But I broke down a bunch of information, and I did come up with the conclusion that yes, it is ruining relationships. And one of the things I said was just the access is so quick, and we get to see all different kinds of people. So people are just moving real quick and bouncing from person to person because it's just so easy. That access wasn't there 20, 25 years ago. So I thought that's an interesting point that you brought that up there. So next question. What do you like the most and what do you hate the most about dating in today's era? Because I do think there are some benefits to modern dating that traditional dating didn't have.
Okay, what do I like the most? What do I hate the most? What I like the most is, nowadays, everyone, like, in my opinion, maybe I'll go with what I don't like first, because let me think about that. Wait, can you repeat the question?
All right. What do you like the most about modern dating, and what do you hate the most?
What I hate the most is that everything is so fast-paced. Like, I was literally talking to a guy for a month, and then he asked me to be his girlfriend. I'm like, sir, you don't even know me for real. Like, I'm gonna be a girlfriend, I'm gonna spaz out on you one day, and you're gonna be like, whoa. And I'm gonna be like, not whoa, you ain't get a chance to like really learn me, so don't be surprised. Like, everything is I would say about modern dating now is just so fast paced, and everyone, I would say, is like in competition with each other. Everyone sees these relationship goals say like, oh babe, we got to get the matching Gucci's and matching Dior's, take a picture, we got to go on this vacation and be in our phones the whole time. Like, it's just like, where is the connection? It's like everyone is just trying to put on a show. And what I like the most, I would say, is guys are starting to like shoot their shot more, like openly. Like, it doesn't matter. Guys will shoot their shot more. It doesn't matter. So I think that's what I like the most. Because back then, guys used to play around or try to, I guess because I'm older, but they'll be like, oh, tell her I like her. But no, nowadays, guys will walk up to you and be like, hey, what's up? So I like that more, the confidence that men are starting to get, I'd say.
All right. I dig that. All right, so let me ask you this. Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Okay, so with that, do you think the men on the current dating market are marriage material?
Ooh, yes and no. So I made
Elaborate.
that for the same reason. Yes, I would definitely like to be married. I'm definitely a family woman. I definitely want husband and children. Your typical fairy tale American dream marriage and stuff. However, I feel like I'll just say maybe it's the guys I've been talking to or the guys that I'm attracting, but they aren't husband material. Like, relationships are so fragile. Like, one small thing, let's break up. Like, that's not going to work in a marriage. Marriages are tough, and it's just like, I haven't met or haven't got the energy of the guys in this generation that they're like longing for marriage. Like I said, everyone just wants fast-paced social media relationships, and I just don't think that guys nowadays understand even the significance of marriage. So I don't want to say that. I do believe that I'll find a genuine person for me one day, a good husband. But I don't know. Like, it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good right now.
Yeah, the reason I asked that, because we was just on vacation. We was talking about Kevin Samuels and things like that. And the Black community in particular, we are having an issue figuring each other out as far as men and women. Marriage rates on the floor. 1 in 4 Black women will get married in their lifetime, which is, I think the next race up is like 55%. So the statistics aren't there in our favor, and I think out of every other community, Black folks just can't seem to get it, and I think that's bothersome. But I do think as a community, we got to start. I where I stand on marriage, I necessarily don't believe in it for myself, but if you believe in marriage to build a home, have a family, and raise children in a 2-parent household, I got no problems with that, especially if you're going to take it serious. So what do you think, and this is talking to our people, what do you think us as Black folks need to do to better understand each other in order to have better relationships? Because there is a divide here, and it's very obvious.
That's a pretty good question. I don't know if I even necessarily know the answer myself. That's something I think about often. Like, why isn't this relationship, not even to the point of marriage, but like, why isn't this relationship working? What's the disconnect? And I will say, I don't really know the answer to that question, but I will say a part of what the answer could be is we don't act like our what is it? I don't want to say our ancestors, but we don't.
Our ancestors.
Patriarchs. Like, honestly, if we're going to just be honest, like, our grandfathers used to cheat on our grandmothers, and our grandmothers just used to allow it. And nowadays, women aren't really for that. Well, not all women, but most women aren't for that anymore. So just like the dynamic of Black marriage has changed as well. So yeah, that's a pretty good question. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that answer out. Maybe my relationships will work out.
No, no. I think that's just something that needs to be discussed when we are at least talking about our community. And no one's gonna have the golden answer, but I do think it starts with us just having a basic understanding for each other. And I think there's a divide. If you ask me, there's the independent woman crowd, and it seems like to them a lot of the black men they have to pick from just aren't good enough. And I think that we need to humble ourselves as men and women. I think not saying lower your standards, but be realistic on certain things, and certain factors in your life are going to affect who you can and can't get. And I just think us as a people need to understand that. We need to work together more, because you don't see other communities tearing down each other's men and women the way we do. And we got to figure out why that is. So this is my last question to you. What would be your advice to a 17, 18-year-old girl who's about to start dating for the first time?
Ooh. I would say take your time. Take your time getting to know the person. Friendship first. So if things were to ever go wrong in a relationship, you guys were friends first. It doesn't end terribly. Take your time, friends first. I wouldn't say follow your heart. I would say follow your mind. Because women, I don't know, people might attack me for this statement, but women, we can tend to be a little bit emotional sometimes. And me following my heart might mean that I continue to go back to my abuser, where I might need to follow my mind in that situation. So I would say follow your mind and don't be afraid to take risks, but just be cautious. Just be cautious every step of the way.
I think that was real good advice for him. That was a real good one. And I like the honesty there. So why don't you, all right, Nene, why don't you go ahead, give them your Instagram in case they want to follow you.
Yes, y'all, follow me. My Instagram is private, but I'll accept your request. It's becomingJanae_. And yeah, and you can follow me on Twitter at Janae Duh with 4 H's.
And I'll link that stuff down below for y'all, all right? Nay, thank you very much for doing this. This is a good conversation, and we'll do another one of these soon, all right? And I'll be down to visit you and Mom soon, all right?
Yes. Video with this question for your viewers. What is the point of companionship in your opinion? Because that can help marriage. So.
All right. Well, I ain't gonna answer that. I'll leave that to y'all. Why don't y'all drop that in the comments and we'll bring that topic up later, all right? Nay, love you. Thank you very much. You have a good night.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you like the video, subscribe for more content, all right? It's gonna be maybe a couple weeks before I get another interview. I already got the interviewee lined up, but I gotta get some equipment because I want to make the quality a little bit better for you guys, so I gotta do some things with that. So I'm gonna throw the socials right there, and I'll be back tomorrow with some advice. Peace. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now.